take over the world with my cuteness someday. Ha ha! Hi.
Hi.
So, welcome to a vlog thing, however this works. And today we're just going to be talking about metal, or metal bands. Or he's just going to be talking, I'm going to be listening.
Yeah, it's mostly going to be me, the guest, talking about metal, because I'm more into metal than she is. So, I guess we should start with how I got addicted to metal.
If you want.
Talking about it like it's a drug or something. Yeah, man, I just get strung out of that. Anyway, so it all started with Iron Maiden. I wonder how many people would say that.
I don't know, Iron Maiden's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Maiden is where I got started with. Hearing Flight of Icarus for the first time was fucking awesome. And then eventually my dad showed me Metallica and Judas Priest. And then got to Slayer. And that was awesome to hear Angel of Death for the first time. Which was, just like that beginning opening riff. And then, hearing Tom Araya scream at the top of his lungs like he's having hot poker shoved in his ass.
No, Jake, come on. Really, Jake? Really?
Yeah. Tom, are you okay? What's wrong, man? Anyway. So, yeah. And then, Anthrax, of course, hearing, Madhouse was fucking awesome. Yeah. And Anthrax is an overall badass band, especially with that song Among the Living, which was based on a Stephen King book called The Stand.
Really?
Yeah, it was based off The Stand.
Wow.
There's actually another song on there that's based on another Stephen King story called Opt Pupil, which was basically about like some Nazi war criminal living in a neighborhood, and a kid finds out and basically gets him to confess to all kinds of shit.
Wow.
So yeah. And then, basically, I started finding out about these other metal bands through my dad, like Angel Witch and other stuff. I found out about Rush, the band Rush, which actually wouldn't really specifically be heavy metal in the strict sense. It's more like hard, progressive rock music.
Yeah?
But I consider it part of the metal experience, so I'm going to count it in.
Okay.
And 2112 was a pretty badass experience. Just that opening part is awesome. Anyway, years go by and I find out about various thrash speed metal bands. Stuff like Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, hard rock kind of stuff. And then, being in school and being picked on, kind of tends to make you really fucking angry. And then it gets to the point where Slayer is not enough anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you really, all the heavy stuff like Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, it's just not good enough. It's like for some reason it just does not express the dire hatred you have for these assholes who keep picking on you.
Yeah.
So then you have to find something that's even heavier. And so I decided to check out death metal because I had only heard the term used before. I didn't really know any death metal bands really.
Yeah.
And I checked out Sepultura for the first time. I checked out their first album, Morbid Visions, and it was better than Slayer.
Really?
Yeah, it was just heavy, and it sounded like something that was recorded in ancient times. Like, I'm not lying, that's how I felt whenever I listened to this. I felt like I uncovered an ancient artifact.
Wow.
And it just sounded badass. It was just that raw recording just spoke to me. It was just like, holy shit, what did I find? Anyway. And then the second thing that I checked out was Cannibal Corpse. I checked out their first album, and it was just like, it sounded like if Slayer had been smoking crack and they got a vocalist who sounded like it sounded like, you know, if he was like Satan, you know, after, you know, I don't know, drinking sulfuric acid or something.
Really?
Yeah, it just sounded like some kind of zombie beast from one of those Z-grade horror movies, you know? Or like, you know, if Satan had possessed Cookie Monster.
Wow.
But anyway, just hearing that song Shredded Humans for the first time, it's just like, you know, it sounded badass. I was just like, holy shit, this is awesome. Of course, you know, when you read the lyrics, they're very disturbing.
Yeah.
Just like any horror movie should be like. That's the thing is, you know, when you read Cannibal Corpse lyrics, it's just like, this is what horror movies should look like, but a lot of them don't. Or at least the mainstream ones anyway. The underground horror, well, wait, I'm going off into that shit. Anyway.
Yeah, off track.
No, that's for the next video.
Yeah.
I promise everybody I'll talk about horror films in the next video. But let me tell you, anybody who knows about death metal knows there's a connection between horror films and metal. Unfortunately, not many horror film makers have noticed this connection because there's not a lot of metal in horror movies. Like, there was...
Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
Like in somewhere around the mid-2000s with, like, the soundtracks to, like, Resident Evil. But it was mostly, like, the popular metal kind of shit. It wasn't, you know, the death metal kind of shit, you know. It wasn't Cannibal Corpse or, you know, the really actual horrifying metal kind of shit. It was just mostly, like, you know, kill switch engage kind of shit. Which I'll get around to that. But anyway, after checking out Cannibal Corpse, you know, I was just like, you know, I kind of wanted to see where the bridge from, you know, stuff like Slayer led into stuff like Cannibal Corpse. Like, did it just jump to that? There had to be something that would have bridged the way, and there was. Bands like Morbid Angel and Death and Possessed, and I just checked that shit out, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. And it was just like that, I was hooked. And then I started finding obscure bands like, you know, Necrophagia and just a shitload of stuff. Hello?
I'm listening.
I was waiting for you to comment on that or something before I continue.
What was the last part?
Yeah, I was just like talking. I just said like I had discovered more obscure bands like Necrophagia, and you know the Swedish death metal stuff like Entombed. You know.
That's pretty interesting.
Like, yeah, this is like back around. I think it was like the beginning of the Obama administration, because you know I kind of it's kind of associated with that. It was around the beginning of that I started really listening to death metal.
Ah.
So yeah, in my early teens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting thing about me, I started like getting into Japanese metal first.
Yeah.
It's like it was like Vocaloid stuff.
But anyway, it wasn't long after I started listening to death metal.
Oh, you're still going?
Huh?
You're still going?
I thought you had stopped right there. Sorry, you were still continuing. Oh.
I thought you were done.
No, man. There's tons of shit I still have to list off.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought you were saying. Okay. If you want to. Okay. Anyway, it wasn't long after I got hooked on death metal that I started checking out black metal.
Yeah.
And at first, I really liked a lot of black metal bands, but I would only like really listen to certain ones, and then it wasn't until like later down the road I started listening to more black metal.
Wow.
Well, I was kind of conservative about listening to different black metal bands. Like it would just mostly be like stuff like Marduk, Dark Throne, Immortal. I used to consider Cradle of Filth black metal, but they're just more like gothic extreme metal or some shit like that. Because there's just too much stuff they put into their style to just call it black metal. And not to mention a lot of black metal elitists like, they're not black metal, and I'm just like, oh, I don't even care about your opinion, you elitist assholes. Going back to your metal archives, parental basement bullshit. That's where you fuckers are. You're in the basement. Just like Satan is in the basement of the universe.
Okay, no, whoa. Too far.
What?
Too far.
What? It's true. Better to rule from the...
Jake.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Whatever. Anyway. Oh, and Celtic Frost.
Yeah?
I really got into Celtic Frost. Like, there was just something about it that just, like, really spoke out to me, even more than Dark Throne did. Dark Throne was pretty badass. I thought it was pretty cool listening to that raw anger that just projected out to me whenever I heard, what was the song? I think it was, The Northern Winds or something.
Okay.
It's funny, I can't remember the name right now. Usually I would know it, but I just can't remember. Oh, wait, I think it's Where Northern Winds Blow or something like that.
Yeah?
And anyway, just like hearing that song for the first time, it was just like, holy shit, this is awesome. And the thing is that black metal, particularly the the beats and stuff kind of reminded me of hardcore punk music.
Yeah?
Just the way that it sounded. You listen to hardcore, you listen to early black metal, it's like, black metal just sounds like, you know, a slightly more talented version of hardcore. But I'm not here to talk about hardcore punk. Even though it actually does tie into metal in quite a few areas.
Yeah?
Anyway, so, yeah, just like listening to Celtic Frost, it's had a bit more going for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Along with Venom, too. Venom and Celtic Frost both sounded badass to me. I think it's because Venom sounded like a much more badass version of Motorhead.
Okay.
And then, you know, Celtic Frost kind of sounded like Venom if they, like if Venom was surgically, like if they had taken DNA from Discharge and Venom and Black Sabbath, they put it together, you would get Celtic Frost.
Okay.
And you know, it just sounded awesome hearing, you know, the song Morbid Tales for the first time. That was the first Celtic Frost song I ever heard.
Yeah?
And it was fucking awesome. Anyway, so, and then eventually I got to, like, you know, the combination genres where basically, like, there would be bands who would, like, take death metal and doom metal, which is another genre I will come to. Doom metal is, basically the stuff that the bands that basically copy Black Sabbath for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, play slow, nihilistic metal that's just totally negative and dark. Like you listen to Candlemass for the first time, it's just so depressing. But yet it sounds so badass, and then you have like this opera singer for a vocalist.
Yeah?
It's just like, you know, it's just the music that kind of reminds you of Black Sabbath. It's just like that guy sounds nothing like Ozzy. So anyway. And of course there's other doom metal bands like Saint Vitus, Pentagram, and this band called Trouble, which actually was because of the popularity of black metal. Metal Blade Records decided to call Trouble white metal because black metal usually talks about Satan, which, you know, has kind of become repetitive and retarded, in my opinion. So, like, you know, Trouble would have biblical influenced lyrics. So basically, they called it white metal. You know, they could have just called it Christian metal like they did with Striper, but you know, whatever.
Hot in here. It's usually cold.
So yeah, and anyway, getting back on track, there were certain bands that would take death metal and doom metal, or at least elements of both, and they would put it together, and it was death doom.
Okay.
Like bands like Paradise Lost and My Dying Bride and Anathema and Tiamat.
I thought it was Tiamat.
Might be Tiamat. Babylonian god. Or goddess. I can't remember which. nonetheless, the music is still badass. That band like started out as like a blackened death metal band, and then they like turned into a death doom band, and then they turned into a gothic band.
Mm-hmm.
And they've pretty much kept to being a gothic rock, gothic metal band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, and it was through the death doom stuff that I started to really listen to gothic metal, because the two genres are very close together. Because that was another thing that bands like Paradise Lost were into. They were also into gothic rock music.
Yeah, I've listened to like a couple of Death Doom songs, and I kind of like them.
Yeah. And, you know, but I was really kind of conservative about, particularly, you know, stuff like, you know, black metal, death doom, and, you know, gothic metal. I wouldn't really listen to much of it. I would just stick to the bands that I kind of liked from there. But it wasn't until like maybe like 2000. It was when I moved to Texas. I really like being isolated out in these damn woods. Uh-oh. Now everybody's gonna be like, oh no, where's your banjo? Anyway.
I thought you were gonna tell like a really dark joke.
Sure.
No. Not on my channel.
Okay,
Not on my channel.
Hey. Getting back to what I was saying, it seemed like the perfect atmosphere for black metal. So, I started listening to more black metal stuff, I started checking out more black metal bands. It became more than just Dark Throne and Immortal and Celtic Frost and Venom and Valerie.
You keep
going.
going.
More than that.
You keep going. I'm gonna go off camera and adjust my AC.
Okay. Anyway, it just got like bands like Zasper and Leviathan, and eventually I discovered bands like Bethlehem and Shining, Silencer. Which, if you listen to Silencer, that guy, he sounds like he's about to have a crying fit while he's trying to do black metal screams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or he sounds like the guy from Burzum. Another band I started really getting into when I had moved here to Texas. Yeah, he sounded like, you know, the guy from Burzum if he was getting prison treatment, if you catch my drift. Hello?
Seriously?
Yeah, if he was like getting the shower treatment,
God damn it, Jake.
Acquire my drift.
God damn it, Jake.
You know, you keep getting on my case, so I'm trying to address the best way possible to do it without you really getting on my case.
I'm still gonna get on your case.
Dude, listen to the music and you will see there is no other way I could possibly describe the way that the vocals in the band Silencer sound.
Okay, we're going in 24 minutes.
Let's see. There's so many other different styles of metal too. Like, you know, you got that groove Pantera shit. Let's see. You got bands that play funk metal, I guess. I don't know, stuff like Primus, Faith No More, and countless others. Actually, not really so much countless. Oh yeah. Anyway, moving on. I'm trying to speed this up. Let's see. I really, really, really love the avant-garde metal bands.
Yeah?
The ones who are just so fucking wacky and they can just go anywhere they want to. That is something that's admirable about those kind of bands. They can just go wherever the hell they want.
Okay.
They can do whatever they want. If they want to feel like playing death metal 1 minute and then all of a sudden they break into freaking jazz fusion.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah, that's what they do. They just like, they'll play, you know, extreme death metal, you know, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's just like they'll switch into, I don't know, country western, for example. Or the whole, you know, go into maybe, you know, a bit of the blues, I don't know, jazz music.
I like jazz.
Stuff like Mr. Bungle or stuff like Maudlin of the Well. Or this band, I know you're going to get on to me for the name, but you know, whatever, Crotch Duster. That's right. Dog Fashion Disco is another great avant-garde metal band. Dark Fashion Disco.
Oh, yeah?
Let's see, there's countless other these kind of bands, which is great. And, you know, I'm glad for their existence because I think that they're badass and they should keep up what they're doing. Oh, also, to the viewers, if you have never checked out this band before, you should. They're kind of mainstream, a lot of, you know, in the metal worlds, but whatever. They're too badass to not check out. Typo Negative, hands fucking down, awesome. And of course, the band before Typo Negative, Carnivore, which is more like a punk metal band, but I think they still count as a fucking thrash.
Cool.
Especially that song Angry Neurotic Catholics. Awesome. or the song SMD, which stands for Suck My... I think you can fill in that blank.
Okay, then.
So, anyway, Typo Negative's first album is awesome. Like, everything else is basically kind of, like, they basically kind of set the blueprints for gothic metal. But their first album is really, truly a masterpiece because I think it was actually a little bit more artistic than their later releases, you know. Because it kind of was more along the lines of avant-garde metal. Not so much into, like, you know, it's like, it had different sections to it. It was like, you know, they would play thrash metal and then, you know, they would go into doom metal and then they would play some gothic rock music and they had some industrial parts in that album, Slow, Deep, and Hard. That's the name of the album. Slow, Deep, and Hard. That's right. Slow, Deep, and Hard is the name of the first album by...
I don't know whether to let that slide or to just choke you.
I know it sounds wrong, but listen to their music and you will realize that that's what they sound like. Slow, deep, and hard. Except when they go
Why
fast,
do you keep repeating it?
Huh?
Why do you keep repeating it?
Because I want the people to fucking check it out. Check it out, kids. Or people. Not necessarily kids. I don't want everybody thinking, oh, he's trying to get the young ones to listen to evil music. I'm like, you know, kids is just like a term I use for, you know, people around my age, actually. You know, okay. So the people within my age group, which would be in the early 20s, or just teenagers, check out Slow, Deep, and Hard by Typo Negative, okay? It's coming from me, Jake. Yeah. Because it's some heavy fucking shit. Also, if you're not really into, gothic metal, and you just want to hear something that's really, really heavy and badass and kicks some major freaking ass, go ahead and check out Season of the Dead by Necrophagia. Their singer actually died this year. Frankie, his stage name was Killjoy. He had died this year, I believe. I think it was, it was 2018.
Poor guy.
He died. So, yeah, this one's for you, Killjoy. Thank you for screaming your ass off on Season of the Dead and allowing me to find it sometime in the 2000s. Killjoy, thank you for providing me with that song, Mental Decay.
I should check those guys out.
Huh?
I should check them out.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any metal stuff that you want to talk about? There's so much stuff I didn't manage to cover because this thing is too long. I think we'll have to make a part 2.
Yeah, we'll talk about my interest in metal next time. It's mostly Japanese metal though.
Yeah.
So next time we'll do this, if we ever do this again, we'll talk about black and white horror movies. Bye!
Well, she'll talk about black and white horror movies. I'm going to talk about underground splatter flicks.
Okay then. Bye!
Bye!